Today we are at Google UK headquarters in London. We are here for our Women in Tech event where we are celebrating the women in the armed forces community looking for careers in tech. We have some incredible speakers lined up who are going to tell their stories and some awesome employers. So let's see what it's all about.
Today we ran an event with Google, the veteran network at Google and TechVets. We were helping promote careers of women into tech with Forces Employment Charity. I think there's just so many amazing opportunities in tech, and it's been amazing seeing all of the great connections made with the employers in the room today. I think it can be perceived as tough to get into, and it's been really nice to try and unpick that a bit today, finding actual routes in, some really good advice from some of our panellists today, so that was great to see. Making it actionable, actually giving people advice on how they can start their career into tech.
So I'm really interested in computer science and artificial intelligence. I'm not sure what area, it's such a broad thing and everyone has their own niche, but it's been really interesting listening to everyone's stories and like how they got into it, because I wasn't sure if university is the right route for me or an apprenticeship, but I talked to Kelly and she's going to help me like sort of figure out what's best for me and what's the best path for me, as my dad's a veteran, so I'm able to access that service, which is really good. But I definitely took away, like, you're not going to find the right job for you straight away. Like, it's not a one and done sort of process. You have to test out the waters, see what works best for you. Not everything's going to be perfect. You sort of figure it out in the end, and there's always people there to support you. And that, like, to always ask questions, which is really important.
Looking about the room, there are some really young women, there are some ladies of a certain age like me, and all I can say is I changed careers at 42. I went from a role where I knew what I was doing, I was really established, I was really successful, and then I moved into a career in tech enablement, delivery enablement and IT, and it was a huge learning curve, and I was really nervous about it, and I was really apprehensive. I still have days where I think, what am I doing? But I just pushed myself. So they talk about imposter syndrome, that's a real thing.
We just got sick and tired of people doing the same thing, really, and wanting different results. So we thought, you know what, we're going to do it ourselves. So it's all about removing barriers for people getting into a career in cybersecurity. I think people automatically rule themselves out of that as a career without even realising. And there's so much smoke and mirrors around it and mystery around it. You know, all these big words that people don't understand what they mean. I think that mystique around it puts people off.
You've got the skills, and clearly within tech, there shouldn't be any barriers like there might be in other industries where men might be seen as more stronger. With tech, it's just your ability and how much effort you want to put in to get those qualifications and go for it, and how determined you are. I want to eventually maybe pivot over to data privacy. I've got an interest in that because I think it might sit with some of the skills from my previous jobs within the legal industry. So I don't see why we should just go for one thing and it just stick. If you're curious, if you want to know more, or you want, do that and just see where it leads.
I'm also a TechVet member, and I'm also in tech. I have a tech job, just an IT support officer. So I wanted to come here to broaden my knowledge on the technical side, and being a military spouse, how can I excel in the tech world? I'm thinking of going into the cybersecurity career pathway. I've seen it that it's really interesting, and yes, I just want to be a woman in the cybersecurity world. Initially, when I joined Forces Employment Charity, I was introduced to TechVets from last year, and I've been a member ever since. They've been providing free courses and webinars, boot camps, which are free, you don't have to pay a penny for. And I am really blessed to be a part of TechVets because I can expand my knowledge without spending a penny.
It's really good quality training that can give you the qualifications that you need, and you'd be able to sort of apply that or use that when you are trying to find employment?
I think the tech roles that we have, it's a range, honestly, and it obviously depends on what people are interested in and maybe where their skill set lies. So a lot of our positions will be, more kind of a traditional software development type roles, but we also have a lot of opportunities around product management. One role I think that really is great for service leaders, military community is sort of more technical or business program management.
And I had 6 months of homeschooling, which was brilliant, but also 6 months of Mind and Everybody and getting to know where I was going to fit. And I did a 12-week internship, which was great, and that just gave me the confidence then to go, do you know what, this space is really interesting, it's ever evolving, so it's not just about the certification gathering to securing that first role, it's backing it up, and if you have got gaps, don't be afraid to mention it because you will get caught out in the end.
So we've come to the end of our very first Women in Tech event delivered in partnership with our friends at Google. As you can see behind me, there's lots of conversations happening, lots of connections being made, and lots of the ladies from the community are having a chat with employers, other members of the community, and making some really positive connections which will hopefully help them on their onward journeys into tech. I'd love to thank the team at Google who have hosted us today. They've been absolutely incredible, as have our amazing panellists and speakers and the incredible array of employers that we have who are here with the sole purpose of meeting women from the armed forces community because they recognise what we can contribute to their organisations. For more information on upcoming events, follow the TechVets and Forces Employment Charities website. We have lots of exciting things coming up in the incoming months, and be connected with us to find out the very first details about our new and exciting event that will be happening in Scotland later this year.